All right, man. It's a but it's all over all over the internet. I don't know about the news, but about this divestor who met her demise dealing with a white man. So apparently, these investors are not living the life they claim to be living online. So thanks to the internet, the truth is finally coming out. So let's uh let's see what's going on.
Surface, it looked like happiness. A beautiful lifestyle influencer, a high powered CEO fiance, and a celebration in Tanzanian paradise that most people only see on postcards. Ashley Janae has spent years building an online presence centered around luxury, travel, and unfiltered opinions. But just as she reached what should have been
They go that blind wig. First time, first sign of of self haters. She obviously we'll wear the wigs for attract white guys. So anytime you see a black female with a blonde wig, stay away from her. So
the happiest milestone of her life, the screen went dark.
well, with a wig in general. But
Days
that's just
after her 31st birthday, and shortly after a viral engagement video, Ashley Janae was found dead. The official narrative being whispered from the resort is one of tragedy and self-inflicted harm. But back home, her inner circle isn't buying it. They aren't just grieving, they are sounding the alarm, claiming that what happened in that hotel room was not a choice, but a crime.
it's funny how they'll leave Africa, and if they do go back, it's just for a vacation. So yeah.
To understand the weight of this tragedy, you have to look at the setting. Ashley and her fiance, Joe McCann, were staying at the Serval Wildlife Resort. This isn't just a hotel, it's an exclusive $950 a night sanctuary where giraffes wander past your window. Joe McCann, the founder and CEO of the investment firm Asymmetric, had spared no expense. This was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. Her 31st birthday, the world watched her through her Instagram stories as Joe got down on one knee. Ashley was glowing. She was dressed to the nines, surrounded by the breathtaking landscape of Tanzania, saying yes to a man who represented the high society life she had always championed.
Keep in mind, whenever these investors, get with a white guy, it's always a guy who's like way older than them. It's common. What's the one chick, the what's a scissor or whatever? She took like her boyfriend to the red carpet event. That man was literally on his deathbed. But that's common. Like for the guys who know how they really get down, you already know. But for the people, it's normal. It's just black females that's trying to show off for other black females. I tell you all the time, females don't have friends, but they go around with this fake lifestyle to make it seem like, oh, get your white man, they all billionaires and soft girl era, yada yada yada. But it's never that, bro. Matter of fact, I had delivery. It was last month, 2 months ago, and from the airport to a residential. I had to call the guys. I need access to get in. You know how they go if you do deliveries. But yeah. So I called. I said, hey man, I'm here, and the guy sound disgruntled. And you know how they go. You just trying to get the job done, get up out of there. So I'm like, hey man, I need the access code, blah blah blah. He's like, oh, I'll meet you out there. And he came out there to meet me, and it was a white guy, and he had an African. Now, when I say African, she came off the boat. She came out. He got her off the boat. So you already know how they go. The white dudes never look for the black females. The black females always look for the white dudes. And I also noticed that he had a baby carriage with him, and I'm like, all right, come on, bro. I'm just trying to. What the hell you doing? And he had a baby by the African, and that dude was pissed. That dude was Superman. Like if anybody seen the Justice League or whatever, how Superman turned evil for that dude was pissed, and I already knew what it was. I'm like, yep, he messed up. So as they say, whenever a white guy gets with a non-white woman, he automatically loses privilege. So he fucked up because he got this African pregnant, and now he's with, you know, that's the thing too. You can never get rid of him. They just latch on to him like a damn, like a leech. So he fucked up. He like, oh, okay, I got with this African, and on top of that, I got her pregnant. So you already know how it is. They that's how they roll. They try to force a relationship on them white dudes every single time. So I know what he's gonna do. I told you guys before. Normally, you know, white dudes are good at abandoning their families. You know, especially if it's a, you know, if it's a mixed family. They real good at doing that. So I'm like, well, I hope he don't kill her, despite all the stuff they be talking about us. I hope he don't kill her, but he definitely gonna leave her. That's for sure. You know, he may not abandon them, but he definitely gonna leave him. And he probably, that's for sure. That dude was super pissed. I'm like, well, you should have wore a condom, but whatever.
For a woman who had famously and controversially critiqued her own community and bashed black men on Twitter in favor of a different standard of living, this engagement felt like her ultimate validation. But the celebration was short lived. Within 48 hours of that happily ever after post, the news broke. Ashley Janae was dead. The details coming out of Tanzania are chilling. Reports indicate that Joe McCann has allegedly told those close to the situation that Ashley took her own life. Specifically, the claim being made is that she hung herself in their luxury suite. It is a definitive heavy accusation, one that implies a secret darkness behind the smiles in her photos. But almost immediately, the people who knew Ashley best hit the brakes on that story. The skepticism moved from private grief to a public firestorm when Ashley's best friend took to X, formerly Twitter, with a desperate plea for help. The post went viral instantly. She wrote, "We need justice for my friend Ashley Janae."
Not gonna happen. That's the thing too. Like, you know how the U.S. is just not necessarily the U.S. but the other countries we have a lot of white people. They don't make the system to benefit everyone else. Well, everyone. They don't even make it to benefit themselves. So you're in America. The justice system and laws, everything is normally uh, suited to satisfy white people. So for the people who do care, even though none of them care, because you know everybody in the inbox in the comment section, I don't see no black females. So that's a dead giveaway right there. They don't give a shit about each other, bro. It's a lot of stuff that goes on. I'm not gonna stretch the video. You know, I want to stay on topic, but they don't care about each other, bro. It's they hate each other to the core. So I didn't see any black females. Somebody go fund me, you know, justice for yada yada. No, no, it was none of that going on. So they don't give a shit, bro. Cause you got they competing with each other. They always trying to get a white man. If anything, the same chicks that was following her is gonna try to get that same white dude. That's how they get down. I didn't watch stories about females sharing. You know, the Africans. You know, that sounds just Africans, but you got black American females as well. But I actually watched stories about Africans sharing one white dude, and the dude is gay. He has his boyfriend, and they all in the same apartment. He has his boyfriend, and he's sleeping with these two African chicks. I didn't watch videos, bro. Like it's that serious. So they don't give a shit about, you know, if they first of all they know they don't you know that these white dudes don't like them. So they don't care about that. They don't care about them being racist. They don't care about them being a child molester. They don't care about none of that, bro. They don't. So the fact that she died, those same females that's following her is in that. Well, they was already in his inbox. They definitely gonna try to get at him now. But normally when you know white dude off, or, you know, a divestor, he go back to his white women. That's normally how it works. The reason why they with him is because they down bad. They can't get them a white woman to say they down bad. They broke, busted, and disgusted. They get with a divestor just to hold him over until you know he finally find him a white woman. So 10 out of 10, you see if he posted on social media later on down the road, it's gonna be with a white woman. That's his next chick. I promise you. That's how it works. And they don't care. So we don't care. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you getting with these white dudes, let these white dudes run up in you raw, and you steady bashing black dudes, like, and when you do meet your demise, you expect us to care? We don't give a fuck. We making fun of you and everything. I'm gonna say that right now, and I'm one of them, making fun of them and everything on all the you know the social media sites and all the comment section. The same way y'all attack black men for no reason. Oh yeah, we came hard this time. And we're gonna keep doing that every single time. Because it's not the first time, it's not the last time a white dude knocked off some damn dirty ass African. That's the truth. And then you got the black females that's here. We don't care about that, bro, because y'all city bashing us. We ain't do nothing to y'all. So when y'all do meet y'all demise, we come in tenfolds. That's what it is. So that's just what it is, bro. Like I say, they said that she took her own life. We all know what really happened, and those same females don't care. So we don't care either.
Who was found dead in her hotel in Tanzania, and her fiance Joe McCann claims she hung herself. Anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit suicide. She needs answers now. This wasn't just a post made in shock, it was a call to arms. Her family and friends are looking at the logistics of the claim, and they are finding holes. They are asking how a woman who was actively planning a wedding, who had just celebrated a milestone birthday, and who was in the middle of a high-profile vacation could suddenly reach such a point of despair. While it's true that mental health struggles are often invisible and can affect anyone regardless of their bank account or engagement status, her family points to her behavior in the final hours. There were no goodbye notes, no distressing calls home, only photos of a woman who seemed to be at the pinnacle of her life. Then there's the location. We're talking about a high-end wildlife resort with staff, security, and a very specific layout. Her friends are demanding to know the timeline. When she was last seen, who was the last person to speak to her besides Joe? And most importantly, what does the Tanzania medical examiner have to say?
All right, hear me out. And maybe this is just me. Like the littlest thing, I just be turned off. Like, but what? It ain't gonna work with me, baby. It ain't gonna work. Nah, like I ain't finna do all that.
In cases like this, where a wealthy Westerner is involved in a death in a foreign country, the investigation can become incredibly complicated. There are questions of jurisdiction, the influence of...
And that's it right there. You went to a place like Africa, and you commit a crime like that. You gotta remember they was in Africa when this went down. He wasn't in America, so they laws a little more lax. And I heard plenty of times like from people in those villages and stuff like that that you have to pay those police officers to come help you, because some of them countries are so poor that you have to pay the police officers. If you have any incidents, you have to pay them to come help you or to come, whatever kind of assistance you need. So I'm gonna say this right now because it's gonna happen. If white people getting away with killing people in America, what make you think he not gonna get away with that in Africa? So they gonna do the investigation. Africa is not just like they're not SWAT teaming or nothing like that. They're just gonna. They pretty much gonna go off of who like I said, that's her fiance or whatever. They pretty much gonna go off his word because they don't have cameras. They not really, you know what I mean? Like you have to help them solve cases if you're in Africa for the most part. So in this situation, she was in a room and she took her life or whatever, as they claim that she took her life. They pretty much gonna pull up. Okay, what happened? They're gonna talk to the white man. They be like, I don't know, he was some weak ass story that don't make sense, but they, I went over here to feed the zebras and I came back, she hung herself. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay. They're gonna just, just bring her down off the rope and take her ass to the damn hospital, and that's a wrap. They just gonna literally take his word for it. Now, unless people push the issue and they help them, prove that he did it, he getting away from that. He getting away with that crime 100%. That's just what it is. And again, the amount of attention that these divestors be having on social media, but whenever they meet their demise, that same support, you don't see none of them. You don't see none of them. So this is one story. I mean, it's another story. He go all the way. He go all the way to her family history, everything, like her mama, her dad, all that. He break it down. This is a cool little video. I wanted to do this one, but it's another one, not of another creator, and he goes through everything. So I'm gonna tell you right now, this whole... And keep in mind, like every time you see these investors, what they doing? They always make it seem like they balling out of control. I say this all the time. They pay for everything. Them black people, they working 12s to take care of that white boy. Now the Asian women, they'll do it. The Mexican women, they won't do it. They'll go 50-50 with you, the Mexican women, because keep in mind, they not and it's not their culture for the women to be working, let alone to be taking care of a man 100%. So the Mexicans, they'll go 50-50 with you. The Asians, they'll work 12. Them Africans, they'll work 24 hours a day for your ass. You know, if you're a white man, that's what they do. So they always pay for everything, bro. They always make it seem like they always find them a white dude. No, man, white dudes don't like y'all. White dudes don't. No, they don't. The reason why they be with them because they give them easy sex. That's it, and they take care of them. That's the reason why they be. Other than that, they don't want to marry them. They don't want to bring them out around their family. They never bring around their family or their friends. All they want to do is just meet them somewhere, sleep with them, and then when they get their nut, they go back home. That's all they want to do. But they latch on to them, and it's like they get annoying to the point they get mad. And it's when they end up taking their life because okay, I can't get rid of you the normal way because you keep fucking stalking me. So that's why they end up taking their life. And then I haven't heard a story where a white dude got in trouble, but all the stories I heard about, they got away with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock her off, and I'm gonna go find me a white woman and keep living my life. That's the normal life of a failed divestor. That's it. Now you got some who, be married to the white dude, but what's the odds of that happening? If you get 100 black females and 100 white dudes, what's the odds of that really working out? You can't even calculate that. It's so damn small. It's so micro to where it doesn't even show up on the charts. So you'll see that one chick who got with a white dude, she got like 10 kids. When they get with a black dude, 'cause they got self-hate, they want to have as many kids as possible. Like it's going to keep them around or whatever, but they use it as an anchor. Yeah, you'll see that, but on the internet. But if you go out there in person, you ain't gonna see that like that. In the real world, that's like damn near impossible. That's why they so desperate when the dude try to break up with them. The dude literally had to take their life because they would not stop. Like they would not stop stalking them, bro. They would never stop coming around. They always harassing them, calling them nonstop, harassing his friends and family for him. And they were like, well, damn, let me go ahead and just take her life. So, and then they'll go find him a white woman shortly after, and that's what they do. That's a normal life. That dude ain't got no job. He ain't rich. The dude that's doing the video is saying that, but I didn't watch actual videos where he broke everything down. Dude, a damn scammer. He a bum. Same thing with this female. She ain't got no real money. That's all show. That's all that fake facade. So
money and the speed at which a scene is processed. Ashley supporters are terrified that the truth will be buried under the rug of a tragic accident.
Yeah, because they ain't gonna do nothing about it.
To protect the reputation of the resort or those involved. The internet, of course, has its own theories because of Ashley's polarizing history online, her public disparagement of black men, and her vocal preference for her white fiance.
And that's the thing. That's how these hoes be down bad. It's like if you love white dudes so much or whatever, first of all, it's hard for you to get with all of them prostitutes. That's how they all start that way. Her mama a prostitute. They all start that way. That's the only way they can get around white dudes. They gotta be sex workers, and then they be giving it up for the free. On top of that, so it's like you hustling backwards. But if you just doing that great in the white community, why y'all gotta bring up a black guy every single time? It's like, bro, we don't even give a shit. But the fact that you keep bringing up black dudes, that tells us everything we need to know. You down bad. It ain't nothing but a front. It's like a black guy getting with a white chick or something, and always bringing up black chick. We don't give a fuck. We don't. We not gonna do that. Now you're gonna have someone who's just been hurt by black women. They gonna voice their opinion, but nah. If I get with a Asian chick or a Mexican chick or whatever, Japanese, whatever, I ain't gonna be worried about no black chick. Oh man, black chick. I ain't gonna bring them. I'll never bring it up. For what? It's always the black females. Oh, black man, bitch, we ain't worried about you. Live your life. But they live in a life of misery. So instead of them saying it's the white man, they want to, replace the white man with a black guy. But all you ever had was black guys. I mean, white guys. You haven't been dating white guys all your life. So why you keep bringing up black guys? That's how you know these hoes be lying. It's like, oh, black man did this, black man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You said many times in your videos that you only been dating white guys. So why are you talking about the experiences you had with black guys? That don't make any sense. These hoes be lying on the set, bro. So they get everything they deserve. I don't care. Every time a divestor die, the angel gets his wings.
The comment sections are a battlefield. Some see it as a tragic irony, while others see it as a warning. But away from the social media vitriol, there is a family in deep pain, fighting a battle across an ocean to bring their daughter's body home and get a second independent autopsy. They are asking the hard questions. Was there signs of a struggle? Why was the narrative of suicide pushed so quickly before a full investigation could be completed. In the high stakes world of crypto CEOs and international influencers, things aren't always what they seem. Joe McCann, for his part, has remained largely silent in the public eye since the allegations from Ashley's friend began.
And that's how sorry these females are. They know the dude trash. They know the dude had something to do with her, her demise, but they not saying nothing about him. They'll protect the white man's name until they death. So they trying everything they can to bring up a black dude, and they can't, and they mad about it. And I watched one story. They said somebody's dad. They trying to do, throw some dirt on her dad's name. I'm like, the fuck. So yeah, they'll never speak ill will of it. That's why I'm gonna say this right now. They're not gonna solve the case, bro. All they want to do is get rid of the fucking body so they can go ahead and get some more customers in their room. They don't care about that. They just there to get their money, bro. You messing up their money. So they're not going to advertise it on the news and this and that because they're going to scare away customers. So the fact is, if you get the autopsy, first of all, you got to have money to get the body shipped back to your damn country, back to America. And on top of that, you got to hire, somebody to do the damn autopsy. And on top of that, they do find out what really happened. What you going to do? You gonna send the cops out there to Africa? Nah, bro, it ain't happening. If anything, they do tell you what happened, to that girl for real. Ain't nothing gonna happen because it's out of the jurisdiction. That's it. So you just gotta if anything, you find out what really happened to her. That way you can have a closure. But it ain't shit gonna happen to him. That they said, man, they said that dude reported that 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, bro. So they don't tell you nothing, and then they try to call him, to do an interview. He declined. Where's his side of the family? Where's the white people asking questions? Ain't no white people spoke up yet, because they don't give a shit. Only one asking questions is her dad. Her mama don't give a fuck, because she done got her a white dude and had 10 kids by him. So in her eyes, she living her best life. She ain't worried about her daughter, bro. Because why are you all of a sudden you having kids by a white dude? If you really care about your daughter, I tell you guys all the time, man, these black females don't care about their kids, man, especially their daughters. That's an ultimate slap in the face for you to leave her dad and get with a white dude and have a whole bunch of mixed kids. That's how they trash like that, bro. They trash. But yeah, as far as no protest, ain't no females trying to track him down, ask questions, trying to ain't no cops interviewed him. He ain't go down to the station, nothing, bro. He at home right now chilling. Right now, chilling without a care in the world. His family ain't asking no questions. They ain't interviewing his family. The black females, they ain't trying to reach out to his side of the family and ask questions. They don't give a fuck, bro. Them same females gonna try to they in his inbox right now trying to get with him. That's how trash they are, man. I tell you guys, right, stay away from them, man.
Circulate. As a CEO of a major firm, he has the resources for a powerful legal defense.
That dude is scamming.
But the court of public opinion is already
you don't have a job. You don't have no
transparency.
Income. She is
what
his
happened
income.
at the Serval Wildlife Resort? Was this a woman who reached a silent breaking point in the middle of paradise? Or did she take herself out, a convenient cover for something much more sinister? The mystery of Ashley Janae is far from over. Her family isn't looking for condolences, they're looking for the truth. And as the investigation continues, the world is watching to see if the influencer who lived her life in the spotlight will finally get justice in the dark. Stay tuned as we continue to track the updates on this case. This is a developing story, and we bring you the facts as they emerge. And I would love to get you guys' opinions on this story. How do you guys feel about this mystery? A lot of people are actually arguing in the comments on social media about her unaliving. It seems to have opened up a deeper conversation between people of color, and people are kind of making those comparisons where if the roles was...
Go ahead and say the dudes, bro. Don't try to. That's the thing about a lot of these creators. They real soft. They don't want to tell it how it is. All it is on social media is a whole bunch of black guys making fun of this dumbass female for getting, her life taken, her life being taken. Whether she did it herself or her boyfriend did it, we don't give a shit. This is what you get for, trying to degrade your own people. Keep in mind, shit, this is Africans. You over here talking about African men, you talking about black American men, and we don't even know who you are. But since you doing all that, that's what you get. So he's scared to call it what it is. Like, ain't nothing but a whole bunch of dudes making fun of her. I'm calling because I'm one of them. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that, man. And I'm gonna keep doing that. Because last time I checked, I ain't on here just degrading black women just for the hell. Nah. She doing that, so she got what she deserved. Some people probably gonna say otherwise. It don't matter, bro. Self-hate is real. So you dealing with a racist dude, you gonna get what you gonna get what you gonna get. That's all I'm saying. Ain't no black females trying to look for no clues, bro. I swear to God, I went through so many comments online. Ain't one female trying to figure it out. All they saying is, "Oh, she took her life." All right, bro. It ain't no pushback. It ain't no disrespect to the dude. None of that. They ain't talking down him whatsoever. As if she went to the damn trip by herself. That's how they act like that. She went there by herself. Nobody bring up the white man she was with. Nobody trying to get in contact with him. None of that shit. Nobody trying to call the FBI or nothing like that. Cause they don't care. That's all it is to it. So it ain't no argument. We just making fun of him. He trying to make it sound sweet. It ain't bro. We ain't nothing but a whole bunch of dudes making fun of her. The same dudes that she was talking down on for no reason. So, oh well.
Reverse, oftentimes people are blamed for actually dating outside their race. But being that, it's this type of situation, it's definitely sparking a real different type of conversation. And I would definitely want to get you guys' opinion on that. How do y'all feel about it in its totality? Does race play any type of factor into this?
Yeah, bro. It always play a factor. That's the thing. And I'm gonna say this again. It's so true. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find a video about this. Black women around the world they're stereotyped as prostitutes. They looked at it as far as prostitutes. If you think I'm fucking lying, you can look that up yourself. I had guys from France, Germany, fucking Japan, China, everywhere tell me that, yeah, there's a lot of black prostitutes out here. What the fuck you doing way out there? Yeah. So I'm not making this up, bro. It ain't a lie. Just because you mad, it don't mean I'm lying. It's the truth. Get mad at the truth. Like I say, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your mama. But they known for that, bro. Not all of them, but they go to any country, guarantee they gonna have some random white dude pull up on them with a couple dollars in their pocket or wherever they at, China or Timbuktu. They gonna have a random dude pull up on them with a couple dollars in their hand and ask them how much. That's every single time, bro. Every single time. And they did it themselves. Like I said, this chick, she's known for being a prostitute, bro. Do your research. All of them are like that. That's the only way they can really get around a white dude or a bunch of white dudes. Cause ain't no white dude, bro. I ain't never talked to no white dude and he had a black wife or I just love him. I ain't never heard that. Not saying it don't happen. I ain't never hear that. At all the years I've been growing up, I ain't never hear that. All the years I've been on social media, Facebook, me being in high school, college, I ain't never seen it, bro. I ain't never heard of it. I ain't never hear a white dude say that. They out there prostitute. That's the only way they get around them dudes, man. And then they latch on to them for the one dumbass that actually sleep with them. And then they just can't get rid of them to the point where they got to do something like this just to get away from them. So, I mean, I don't agree with it, but I don't feel bad for them.
Or is it just one of those normal things? Y'all head over to my comments, man, and let me know. How do y'all feel about this? And also a lot of the content they dug up from her past. Some are saying she was just 17 to 18 years old when she made those comments. And a lot of people are actually being kind of rough in the comments and saying rest in preference. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. Share these videos. And I'll peep y'all on the next one. Can't get enough? Click on the screen to watch even more fire content. Don't forget to...
All right, I'm going to leave the link down below to his channel. But yeah, I mean, you already know. I already told you guys. I ain't scared to tell you the truth, so whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, she ain't the first. She sure ain't going to be the last. But that's how disgusting these females are, bro. It's like they don't care about safety. All they want to care about is upholding an image, a fake-ass image is that. Because every single of these... I did the one about the pro ice skater. That hoe over there taking care of a dude, a whole white man, and his kids. They live in a damn trailer somewhere in the fucking woods. What they say, bug-infested mattress. And that man is not working, bro. He is not. He's straight pimping that hoe out. That man is not working, bro. How are you not working to provide for your own kids? He like, oh, shit, I ain't about to take care of this hoe, so she gonna take care of me and my kids. And that's exactly what she doing. She working 12s. and that's what stupid ass get. So like I say, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, they're making a big deal out of it. I want to go ahead and put my thoughts about it, but this happens all the time. It's just this one particular time social media decided to make it a big topic now because it's so many stories about these females getting knocked out by white dudes, Mexicans. I ain't hearing about no Asian dudes, but Mexicans doing it too, and they chopping them up too. So you can look that up right now. But whatever, bro. Like, put your thoughts down below. If you heard about the story, what you think about it. But like I said, them divestors, that's a typical divestors lifestyle. That's it. So it's all smoke and mirrors. That's why they always stay on social media. They can lie, and you got these dummies that believe everything that's on social media, but it is what it is. So anyway, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. If you donate something to the Cash App, I really appreciate you. But yeah, until next time.